Hey people, it's Sunday, the 2nd of June, and for a minute I was going to wait till Monday, but I feel like talking. Cheers. Fair warning, folks. As I've said all along, this is my channel. I'm in my home. I'm not monetized. I'm just sharing my thoughts in my life. So I will talk more about the political mess that we're in. And if that turns you off, that's just too damn fucking bad. I'll start off today, though, with the usual, which is what's been going on and what's going on with music. Well, it's kind of funny. Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, Friday I was supposed to get together with Hank Red, and my car broke down. So that messed that up. Got the car running again. I still have a couple things to make sure I'm not mechanical. And with that in mind, I want to thank my friend and musical partner, Aaron Gum, who is just a wizard, but he's also a true friend. I know a lot of people, and a lot of people like to call me their friends. But when you need someone is when you find out. And it's happened in recent years where I've needed help since my brother died. Because that'd be who I'd have called. And the person that actually responded was Aaron. I think my other so-called friends have good intentions, but when the shit hits the fan, you really find out who's in your corner. And I really appreciate Aaron coming and helping me. And he figured out what the problem was. I'm not a car person. It was not something difficult. I just would not have known what it was to do with the battery. Cheers, people. So music, and then I'm going to look at the comments to see how the comments are looking. So I took the journey, the new Splintered between Scylla and Charybdis. I took the time to really listen to this and find out what's going on here. This is, to my ears, what these people are doing is attempting to induce an altered state through a use of sound and repetition. It's not drone. There's a droning aspect to the way that the music grinds, but it's like they're trying to achieve a state. And to my ears, the most successful tracks on here where I think it really is working, including Richard's vocals, I have no idea what he's saying, is tracks numbers 3 and 5. Let me see if I get this right. Charybdis, or maybe I'm getting that wrong, Charybdis and Bell Harry's Lament. Those struck me as the most interesting and holding together and actually achieving, liftoff, as it were. This is pretty good. Good on you, Richard, if you see this. Splintered between Scylla and Charybdis. Can I honestly recommend this in general to my listeners? Yeah, this is very, very cool. It's a bit raw. It is a bit raw. So I got to this other new Discus release. Again, when I played it, I said, oh yeah, I listened to this, but I didn't listen closely. Espial, the act of noticing. Nice, simple, straight ahead graphic. And what we have here is vibraphone, electric piano, and saxophone, and other effects bell upon. This is not fire. This is a modern, not jazz either. It's a modern music where it's like you'll just, I'm going to go ahead and just pop a little bit of this on. I think I'm just going to do that and see, because I'm having a hard time describing it. It's good. It's not a big mess, you know what I mean? Some records, some recordings do strike me as a bit of a mess when I first hear them. Warm Air Heavy with the Scent of Flowers is the name of this first piece. Well, isn't it neat the way it starts? Kind of dreamy. Recorded really well. You can really hear the tones of the vibraphone. Shit, this is... And then the sax. Okay, there it is. That first note was kind of like, what? You better come on. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. Okay, so you get to hear some of that. Discus is a quality label that's putting out modern adult, I like to use the word adult music because so much of the market is still aimed at the youth. And I remember when I was part of that youth, and now I see it from the other side, you know. And thank goodness we have good people just making good music. Something else I listen to almost all the way through. I have to get back to the public eyesore. Other stuff I haven't yet, but saw Steve Hackett in concert. It's the last big concert I've seen, and I bought this at the show. Foxtrot 50 Hackett highlights. Really enjoyed this. Listened to most of it. Can Utility and Supper's Ready all the way through. Just shared a word with Steve on Instagram, and he responded. I love that we're actually connected as people. He's one of the greatest rock and roll guitar players, even though he doesn't play rock and roll, but he can. Because I was, again, something I do besides this is I watch a little bit of TV, and I pulled up some old clips and was watching this old clip of Steve Hackett jamming with Rick Wakeman on Beck's Boogie. And you can hear Steve Hackett doing Jeff Beck's tricks Steve Hackett's way. Steve is a great guitar player. Great guitar player. Thank God for music. I bought this recently. It's a reissue of Sons of Arqa. Listened to this again last night. Wadada Magic. This is a very interesting, unusual album. Blue vinyl. Again, I'm not going to start playing everything because I'm certain I'm going to get struck with copyrights, but this is cool. If you've never heard Sons of Arqa, just Google this and listen to this. This is way cool. Pride of Brazil, if I got it right. I don't speak Portuguese, so this is one where the words I don't know, but the music is just fantastic. Marcos Valle. What is the name of this album? I don't know. But I played this. It's on Mr. Bongo reissue. What a writer. And it has his version of the big hit. That's what I first heard by him back in the 60s. Walter Wanderley's One Note Samba or whatever. No, not that. It's the other one. I forget the name of it. A wonderful album, and he's got a great voice. Lyrics will come up here in a second. This is one I pulled because I'd forgotten. Last time I listened to it, I didn't care for it too much. Triode. Jazz rock from France. On n'a pas fini d'avoir tout vu. And what I didn't like about it is that it's kind of, there's no keyboard. And I miss that on here. It's flute, guitar, bass, and percussion. And there's times in these uh, arrangements where I'm thinking the sound needs one more element. It's pretty good. It's a keeper, but it's like it's not a first tier album that I would say from the past that you need to hear. But it's pretty good. Triode from France. So I started my Saturday morning with this album, and it really caught me. The lyrics, like I say, mostly it's the music, but the lyrics on this really caught me. Eugene McDaniels' Headless Heroes of the Apocalypse. This came out way back in 1971 originally. And everything he says on here with regard to the social situation in the world, he's spot on. It says on the back, we have killed the very earth beneath our feet, yet we still kill each other and speak of the future. And then some of the words, I forget which song it is on here. This is the limited edition, where he talks about what we're dealing with is, and the fact that many people don't see it. We're all cannon fodder to the ruling class. That's why I'm speaking out about this madness, and so glad that there's some accountability regarding Donald Trump. He's guilty. He's just a really horrible, horrible person, And this is back in 1971, and the situation is not improved. This is a dynamite album, musically too. But the words, it's like, oh shit, he is signifying. Now, along those lines, I pulled this. I'm going to keep this even though it kind of creeped me out. I've had this for a long time. Bought this cheap years ago, Paul Masse, Butterfly Lake. I bought it because of the cover. It's psychedelic looking, right? Kind of cool. Some of the title track of this album is creepy. It's basically about a guy telling you that he meets a woman, rapes her, kills her, and gets away with it. That's in essence what the song Butterfly Lake is about. And it's one of those type of pop tunes where it's real poppy and light, and it's only when you listen to the words like, what the fuck? So I went ahead and listened to this whole album. I'm keeping it. There are better songs on it. But I thought to myself, what in God's name, why would you write a song like that? There's a lot of songs, actually, in popular culture like that are popular and people love them. And there's songs about perversion and death and weirdness. Has a lot to do with why my focus is on the music. Shut up and play your music. Because even when you say good things, it doesn't seem to make much difference. People just want to believe what they believe, like what we're dealing with right now, with Republicans losing their minds over this person who thinks he's above the law and can do anything he wants and should be excused, and that's wrong. Nobody else could get away with what Donald Trump is keeps trying to get away with. Fuck him. And it's not about hate. I'll get to it. Another one from the past. Traffic. This is a great album. Every song. The Dave Mason songs, the Steve Winwood songs. This is an original American pressing. Old United Artists. Unfortunately, because of that, the vinyl has degraded. It's noisy. It's one of those, but it's a great album. Great album. A couple more things, because the other thing I did was I went through boxes and it put on CD an old recording of me playing the drums along with the album Duke Genesis. It's like, yeah, I could play the drums. I play the songs. I'm with, except for losing the beat a couple times, I'm with Phil on all the changes. So that was something I did. Love this person's voice. The guy from Pale Saints. He has a high voice, but it's not that screechy bullshit. And this is another project of his, ESP Summer. I've had this for a while, but this is really good and psychedelic, and I don't know what else to call it. Kingdom of Heaven by ESP Summer. Another cool cover. Played this a few times as I tried to absorb what all was happening in the sound, because the sound on this is very imaginative, and it's like, are those bells? Are those wind chimes? And then the way he sings, it's like he's kind of beaming it in from another dimension. Loved it. ESP Summer. Highly recommend that. I'll keep going. This is what I played in the last few days. I don't have the whole album, but I have this single by Nick Mason's Saucerful of Secrets. I don't need to have the whole album, but this is really good. There, he does Vegetable Man on here and See Emily Play. Live versions. That was something else I watched on video, was performance of this. Really good. I love those songs. I love early Pink Floyd. And my man Wolfgang Downer. This is another album from the past where they were breaking boundaries and doing stuff that was new, etc. With Fred Bracewell on drums and also on vocals on Lady. I forget the name. It's on here. It's like, wow. This is really, really good. So music saves me. I just want to take a look at the comments and see if there's anything I want to respond to. I think there was one that I wanted to. Yes, I will speak my mind. Let me see what this person is trying to say to me. Hi, Dereck. I am no supporter of Donald Trump. I think the two-party system is the reason why the U.S. are where they are at today. If you wish to delete this comment, please do so, as I mean no harm. But I want you to read this. You're entitled to your own opinion. Well, of course. But your I know better attitude fuels the exact same division you claim you're against. So wait a minute. It's not an attitude. I'm responding honestly. It's not me saying I'm better. That's how you take it. This is ridiculous. As a black man who has been living in this country and dealt with so much injustice, to see this double standard way that rich white people get treated is what I'm talking about. It's not me thinking that I'm right and that I'm better. This is frustrating and outrageous. Okay? I'm not a fucking Democrat. You're stuck on fucking stupid. See, I get mad. I'm a human being. I'm not a fucking Democrat. The Democrats are the same. If really they were decent people, where's the outcry? Okay? Don't come at with me this bullshit about I am not. It just frustrates me. People not understanding what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. The people on the right have chosen a bad agent. And I'm not choosing. I'm going to delete this. This is just pissing me off. I don't choose Biden. I wish we had a choice. And I'm not hating on those who disagree with you. I've said it clearly. So why are you accusing me of hating? That pisses me off. I'm angry. This is justified anger, and I'm removing the fucking comment. I'm not hating on people. That's a stupid. That angers me. That's a stupid response. You hating sounds like the parroting shit the people on the right are saying. It's a witch hunt. Why is it a witch hunt? Why do you keep calling that? Can you define what it is? Okay? And the whole idea that the whole right wing won't address what got this man in trouble in the first place. They just want to say, it's wrong, it's unfair. Never touching on the actual issues, never actually discussing the crimes that were committed. 34 counts guilty, his own peers, not ultra leftists, and I'm not a leftist or rightist, and don't call me that. Don't smear me with your misperceptions. I hate stupidity. I hate racism. I hate hate. I am not espousing hate. I am espousing justified outrage and frustration and anger about the ongoing double standard in this whole world regarding people of color, people who have money, and white people. It's wrong. It's what got us here. Don't come over here lecturing me. That's your opinion. Don't tell me I'm hating. I'm not. I'm angry. Justified anger. Do I think things are going to get better because there's been some accountability here? No, I sure don't. I don't expect things to get better. So I'll keep speaking out. And like I say, I don't ask you to subscribe to me. Okay? I'm saying what I'm experiencing, not something I read. One more crack at it. So the courts are kangaroo courts because Trump said so. We weren't hearing that before. He says it, and now it's all over the media. People are saying it's a kangaroo court. Well, what do you mean? Not one single person has explained what do they mean by kangaroo court. What do you mean? Why is it a kangaroo court? The law is working. Someone's being held accountable. You don't like it, and that's why it's a kangaroo court? Calling us a banana republic? Well, explain what you mean. Why is it a banana republic all of a sudden because a dishonest psychopath, malignant narcissist is being held accountable? That makes us a banana republic? People are full of shit. I'll keep speaking out. And I'll just delete the abusive comments because I'm not abusing anyone. I'm expressing justified outrage and anger. It's unfortunate that so many people are so uneducated that they don't recognize the difference. And if more people were educated, we wouldn't be in this mess. Okay, I'm not going to be quiet, but I'm not being abusive, so I will not accept abuse. And please note, when you see these outraged right-wingers protesting how they insult and put people down for no reason. When I'm angry, I'm expressing frustration. I'm not just name-calling to be mean. I'm saying I've had enough. This is unbalanced, and I've been taking it, and I'm pushing back. It's not to denigrate. It's to get out the frustration. Please try to understand. I taught this for years. I learned this in college and master's level, all that. Okay, I've got the credits. I don't care about turning them in. I have experience, so I'm not. It's my opinion, but it's based on facts. Okay, all right. That's enough.